So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another module here in the sales phase of the course. Now, in this module, we're going to go ahead and take a look at how to utilize LinkedIn to find clients, potential leads, potential clients through LinkedIn. All right. Now, much like with Google, LinkedIn is basically an unlimited directory of leads and potential clients for your agency, just because I don't even know how many million people are on LinkedIn, but it's not like with Facebook or Instagram where there are millions, if not billions of people. The thing with LinkedIn is that all of these millions of users on LinkedIn are all there to do business, basically, okay? So it's just an insane directory where you can go in and laser target people in specific industries who are all there to do business, okay? So yeah, it is a very powerful platform that we must know how to utilize, because I found quite a few clients for Stage Digital through LinkedIn. All right, so let's jump into my computer and I'll show you how to go about using LinkedIn to find clients for your agency. Now, you should now be looking at my LinkedIn, and as you can see, I don't have the premium version of LinkedIn and I don't have the sales navigator for LinkedIn. Now, there are two reasons for this. One, I've been able to find quite a few clients for Stage Digital on the free version, and two, I'm not currently chasing any new clients. If they come to me, that's fine, and I'll onboard them. But I'm not currently spending any time, or I don't have anyone employed to spend any time on chasing clients for Stage Digital right now, just because we have plenty of workload with our current existing clientele. So yeah, we're not chasing at the moment until we have capacity to take on more clients, because the ones we have now are enough for now. But yeah, in the future, when we've expanded, I will go ahead and chase more clients or hire someone to do it. But yeah, guys, as I said, I found some of my clients through LinkedIn, and that's all been on the free version of LinkedIn. So in order to find clients on the free version of LinkedIn, I'd say there are two overall methods to go about and do this. Now, as you can see, I have around 2,000 connections, okay? Now, the first thing I would do once you create a LinkedIn profile is that I would get quite a few connections, okay? I'd say at least 100 plus, but ideally, 500 plus connections. And I'd recommend you to just get these connections in your own city or in your own country. Now, most of my connections are from Copenhagen or Denmark. And the way I've gotten most of these connections is just by going down here, on the recommended connections and looking through people and connecting with all the people that I think are interesting or could, be potential clients of my agency, okay? And then I've just gone through all of these and connecting with the ones I find interesting. Okay, now that's a great way to kind of get your profile started, because you can get a lot of local connections by just going down and looking at the recommended tab in my network. Now, the other great thing is you don't have to always include a personal message with every connection request when you do this, because people can see that you're from their local area. So they'll be very likely to accept. Whereas when we go and try and connect with founders and CEOs in different cities, internationally, we're gonna want to include personal notes in our connection requests, because there has to be some sort of reason that we're connecting with them, right? Whereas when we're just doing it in our local area, we're just trying to expand our network without it necessarily being a personal agenda that we have by connecting with them. Okay, so as I was saying, I would recommend you to just go ahead and get quite a few connections by connecting with people in your local area. Okay, you can start off by connecting with everyone you know, and then once you've connected with everyone you know, you can actually find people that have that are common connections with the people that you've connected. Okay, and going through all of these recommended ones. Now, I've set up quite a few meetings by just doing this. Okay. I've signed 1 or 2 clients just by doing this. I started off by connecting with everyone I know. So it was like, 100 or 200 people of connections that I got from the beginning, within my first week on LinkedIn. I was just connecting with people I know. And then I was going down and looking at the recommended tabs and connecting with mutual connections of the people I'd already connected with. And once I started doing this, I started filtering more and more and being more and more picky with who I chose to send a connection request, because once I got a few connections, I would only send connections requests to people that I thought could actually become clients of my agency, right? And so I started out sending 30 or 40 of these connection requests per day, and then maybe 10 to 20 of them would be accepted every single day. And so every single day I would just sit down and look through these new connections that I had gotten, people who had accepted my invite, and I'd filter through them again and see, okay, could this person, could this company become a client of Stage Digital, and this person and this person. And so I was filtering through them, and every time I found someone who was an interesting prospect that I thought could become a client, remember, all of this is still local, right, in Copenhagen. Every time I found someone who I thought could be a potential client, I sent them a personal message, not any copy paste. I sent them a personal message where I'd gone on their website and researched, do they have a Facebook Pixel installed? What is their industry? Could I actually help them achieve more revenue? And so when I had filtered out these things, I'd go ahead and send them a personal message. Now, once you've built up a solid network within your local area, you're gonna want to expand internationally. You're gonna want to try to be more narrow and more specific with who you search for. And you can actually do this by going up into the search bar, clicking people, and then you'll have if we go into all filters, you'll have all of these filters that you can filter between. Okay, so one thing we can do is we can press second. Okay, now this means that the results that pop up, you will have a mutual connection with them. Okay, so someone from my network will have connected with everyone who's going to pop up in these results. Okay, now we can also go ahead and do say we can go New York, and we can do London, we could do Los Angeles. You can just do a few different cities that you want. You could also just do your own city. I could do Copenhagen, you could do your local city. Oh, it didn't. There we are. Okay, and so the next thing we go ahead and do is go down to industries. Okay, so we could put in, for example, real estate. If we wanted to target real estate clients, and that's the niche that we want to go into, and we want to find a client who's in a real estate niche, then you can select that under industries. Then you can perhaps go English. To be honest, that doesn't matter. Really, you can select that off if you just want to get as many results as possible. But if you want to narrow it even down further, you can go English. And then a good one down here is actually this one, which is title. Okay, now in title we can just put in founder. You have to type this in manually, and there doesn't appear any search results or recommendations, but it actually works. You just press in founder, click out, and then you apply. Okay, so now you can see we have 8 filters. So we try and click apply. We can see there's 100+ results. Okay, now here's the thing, you can go way less narrow. You could have selected only like 3 filters, right? But then you'd often get, say, 250,000 results. You'd get thousands and thousands of results. And one thing is, you're only going to see the first 1,000 results. You're never going to be able to see all of these. But even 1,000 results, that's like a lot to go through, right? So if we can narrow it down a lot and say, well, we want to go for an industry which, for example, is real estate, right? We want to target founders because they obviously have a lot to say in their company, so they'd be great to contact. So real estate, founders, English-speaking people from London, Manhattan, New York, Los Angeles, Copenhagen, whatever capital you might want to target. But we can really, even though this is still you can, with the Sales Navigator, which is the paid version of LinkedIn, there are even more filters to choose between. But what I've actually found is that just with the free version, utilizing these filters that you have in the free version, you can go very narrow. Okay, so now let's look through some of these results. Okay, now you can see this guy Anas. He's obviously Danish. That's a Danish name. He's a founder of some company called Duckhive. Now I have no idea what that is, but obviously you can see he's in commercial real estate. Let's just go ahead and open his profile in a new tab, and we'll get back to him. Let's look through a few more of them. Founder, Nordic venture partner. That doesn't really sound interesting. A lot of these are in capital, whereas I think we want to more look for real estate agents, people who could actually become our clients. Let's see. Let's go to the next page right here. So I'm not sure if any of these connections that or any of these people that we're going to see now are going to be valuable. Obviously, you have to look through in whatever industry that you want to look through. But I'm just going to give you a few examples. Co-founder at Bloom in Copenhagen. That sounds interesting, okay? Always when it's like a fancy name like this, it's probably like a startup or a nice company that are willing to invest in marketing, okay? So so this means, in Danish, this means the real estate agents.dk, which is the Danish. So this is basically realestateagents.com. So that sounds interesting as well. Now, okay, so let's open this guy and then let's look through them, okay? Now that you come into the profiles, what you can actually go ahead and do is you can read about them under the about section down here. and then you can press contact info. And so if they've provided their website, it will be under contact info. So go ahead and find one who actually has a website under contact info. That's a bit odd that none of these guys have their... Okay, so with this guy, you can see that he has the websites under contact info, okay? So this one, he says, is the company website. So let's go ahead and try and open the company website. And so this is a very big real estate firm in Denmark that I already know. And they obviously already have a Facebook pixel installed and everything, because it's a very big firm. But you can see that just by doing some of these filters, and you can see there are 14 pages. Guys, I'm not going to go through all of these 14 pages, but I already know that, if I went through all of these results, and I went through each and single one of these people, and I went through all of their websites, and I read all of their about sections, I would for sure find a client just by doing this, okay? And I know that for a lot of people who are starting out with your agency, and I felt the exact same way when I started out. I was just like, I even had this written up on a board when I was in my boarding school, because I just wanted to get my first client so desperately. I was willing to do anything, right? And so nowadays, as I said, I have plenty of workload with my current clients, so I'm not going out and spending 5 hours a day going through prospects like this. And I could hire someone to do this, and I have done that, and I will do that in the future when we're ready to take on, when we have more capacity for more clients. But currently, that's not necessary. What I'm trying to say here is that for you, if you haven't gotten your first client yet, you're gonna have to go out and grind like this, okay? Go, do quite a few different filters. Try different cities, London, New York, Los Angeles, your capital city, but also, maybe some more odd ones like Helsinki or Copenhagen or Oslo, or some of the Nordic ones, or Madrid or Barcelona, or some Milan, Italy, all of these, Rome, maybe even all of these capitals that you can go, and nice cities that you can go through and search through. And then different industries, right? So in this real estate, dental clinics, design, whatever, gyms, gym owners, whatever industry you might have some expertise in, or that you want to go into, go ahead and put that into the filters, okay? And then if you've built up a proper network, you can go on and click this option so it's second, so that you don't only find people who you have mutual connections with. As you can see, all of these, let me just go back. As you can see, all of these people, I have mutual connections with them, okay? We have shared connections. Whereas if I just pressed clear and apply, are you ready to see how many results I'm gonna get? 7,000 plus results, right? So it's gonna be almost impossible to go through all of these. But all I'm saying is, when you've built up a solid network, you can go for mutual connections. But even before then, you can just search for everyone and go through these. And so what I want you to do is, if you find a very interesting prospect, okay, let's say this guy, Christian, let's pretend he's a very interesting prospect for us. Then you click connect, and instead of just sending the connection request immediately, I want you guys to add a note, okay? And in this note, you can either choose to go the personal way or the kind of more business oriented way. Now, I know that the personal way of, you could, for example, read their about section and say, what do I have in common with this person? And I know that people do that, and I know they have success with it, and I know they get connections through this. It's just not my type of, of communication. I don't like sending a personal message to someone that I don't know. So what I mean by personal is, of course, it should be personalized. You should not copy paste. What I mean by personal is, I'm not going to try and find, some common hobbies. Like if he likes playing tennis, I'm not going to bring that up in my message. I know people do that. But in my opinion, LinkedIn is more oriented towards business. So what I would do is read his about section and go on his website and look. And then I'd say, okay, so this guy, obviously he's a talented real estate developer or a talented real estate agent. He has a nice website, but he doesn't have a Facebook pixel installed. And I know that I could get him a lot more clients by doing marketing for him. And so I sent him a personal message. I looked through your about section. Very interesting career you've had. I also took a look at your website, and I really like the way you're presenting your services. However, I couldn't help but notice that you're not doing any social media marketing at the moment. And I don't mean this message to come across. Now I don't have any more characters, so you have to make this short, okay? What I was gonna write is, I don't mean this for this message to come across as very salesy. I'm just saying, if you would, if you've ever been interested in getting into social media marketing, you can go ahead and contact me and I'll definitely help you. But by doing this, you're sending them a personal message. You read through the section. You could even, pinpoint a few points that you thought were interesting about their about section, and then their website, etc., etc. And if they're not doing any marketing, then you can bring that up in the first message. And by doing this, they'll have a reason to actually accept your connection invite. Whereas, when you're connecting, when you're sending connection invites to local people in your area, they'll be very likely to accept just because you're from the same area. But when you go out and hunt for clients internationally, you're gonna have to have some reason for connecting with them. Okay, so something you can offer them, or maybe something they could help you with, right? So guys, this is LinkedIn, okay? This is the free version of LinkedIn. And as I said, it's almost an unlimited directory of potential leads for your clients. Now, if you're just starting out with your agency, or if you have a client or two, I cannot stress the importance of getting on and utilizing LinkedIn, okay? As I said, I found quite a few clients for Stage Digital on LinkedIn. And I know that a lot of the students of the first version of the Academy, they found the most success with utilizing LinkedIn, okay? I know there was a guy who joined the first version of the Academy, I'm actually in contact with him a lot because I help him out all the time and I'm doing coachings for him. But yeah, he joined the Academy, and 3 weeks later, he had signed $12,000 worth of retainers through LinkedIn, okay? So LinkedIn is a very, very powerful platform for finding potential clients for your agency, just because it is a directory of, not only your local city, but you can go worldwide. You can pinpoint different cities and different industries and find hundreds, if not thousands of results to go through. And again, as I said, I'm not currently doing this because I don't have the time to, but if you're just starting out, you're definitely gonna have to grind 2, 3, 4 hours a day, just prospecting people, going through leads, seeing could this guy become a potential client. If he could, go ahead and send him a personalized connection request, get in contact with them and offer to help him out, okay? So yeah, guys, that's it for LinkedIn. I hope you guys enjoyed this module and that you're gonna go ahead and utilize LinkedIn once your agency is set up and once you've gone through the rest of the Academy. So I'll see you guys in the next module.